Yuki Ogimi is one of the stars of the Bundesliga. Not the men's league, the women's one. The Japanese striker has been in Germany since the start of 2010, part of the formidable lineup of Turbine Potsdam. She's enjoyed herself in her adopted home never more so than in the summer of 2011.
I
feel that it was so significant to have been part of that event. It was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And when I have children, I'll want to tell them all about what happened in that tournament.
The Japanese squad that arrived in Germany for the FIFA Women's World Cup that summer was high quality. Everyone knew that. But they weren't really marked out as potential world beaters. They'd only scraped in as Asia's third-place qualifiers. Ogimi, then known by her maiden name of Nagasato, was selected to lead the line in their first match against New Zealand. It took her 6 minutes to open the score.
The first match was very important, as it started us on our way to the World Cup. The fact we got the result was also very important. We prepared well, since we knew that getting a win in our first game would be very significant. We got the result, so we could go forward with confidence. After this, we managed to relax a bit. And I believe that this was one of the reasons that we were able to make further progress.
They went on to beat Mexico but then lost to England, which meant they had a tough quarter-final draw against the hosts, the winners of the previous two tournaments. But to everyone's astonishment, Japan took the Germans to extra time and won.
I think we performed extremely well against Germany. And what's more, we managed to win despite the fact that we were playing in front of an almost 100% German crowd. This match was a huge step towards our eventual victory. It gave the Japanese team an enormous boost.
The Japanese were in the last four for the very first time and easily dismissed Sweden by 3-1. But the Americans were waiting in the final, so every eventuality had to be considered.
When we qualified for the semi-final, we started to train for a penalty shootout. I suppose we also trained inside our heads, and the five of us who seemed to be the strongest internally, the ones that had lots of willpower, were chosen to take the penalties. We prepared a scenario to win in a shootout.
The final in front of a capacity crowd in Frankfurt was one of the great nights of the women's game. America, the overwhelming favourites, scored first. But the Japanese drew level to force extra time. America went ahead again before Hamari Sawa scored a dramatic equaliser. Penalties would decide the trophy. And now the Americans started to crack. They missed their first two penalties, Japan scored their first, but Nagasato's own effort went astray.
I actually missed my own penalty, but nobody seemed disappointed with me. On the contrary, they were very supportive. This is how we all were during the penalty shootout.
A miss didn't matter, the Americans failed again. And when Saki Kumagai came to take Japan's fourth spot kick, it was for the title.
When we won with that last penalty, I simply couldn't believe it. It didn't register with me that the match had been decided. Then I saw all my teammates around me and everybody was so happy. And then it just hit me. I just couldn't believe that we'd won. And I joined in with the celebration. And what I felt most was that the World Cup was now over. We'd won, and our amazing adventure had finally come to an end.